Unlocking an anime physique is actually one of the simplest things you can do, but it's also one of the most misunderstood topics in the entire world. So in this video, I'm gonna literally break it down into the simplest possible terms because it only takes two things. Oh, and by the way, welcome to Weeb Talk. Now, one of the first things that everybody thinks about when it comes to getting an anime physique, and it's one of the two things that we need to talk about, is exercise. And exercise gets overcomplicated all the time. There's so much information out there, but here's the reality. The human body has not changed for quite some time. And the day that exercising becomes something completely different, we're probably not going to look like this anymore, and we're going to have a different standard of beauty than anime physiques. So long as that's still happening, exercising has remained the same for hundreds of years. Now, the reason why a lot of people, they overcomplicate things, or they say it doesn't work for them, and they end up going to a Pilates class or something, is because, well, for one, they're not doing the right movements, and they're not doing it hard enough. If you're trying to get a particular anime physique, right, you need to see exactly, okay, what are the muscles that are going to be worked? And what exercises work those muscles? That's not complicated at all. Here's what I want. What is the thing to do to get what I want? Oh, wow. Now, I know a lot of people don't understand what exercises do what. Some people think that, chest flies work the arms, and pull-ups, they work your triceps. I don't know if people think that, but maybe some people do, and that's the problem. Now, really, there are only 5 or 6 categories of exercises. Vertical pulling, horizontal pulling, vertical pushing, horizontal pushing, legs, and then second legs. When you do vertical pulling, that works your lats and biceps. This creates the wide back and V-taper. When you do horizontal pulling, that creates back thickness, also works the biceps. When you do vertical pushing, this works your shoulders. When you do horizontal pushing, this works your chest. When you do legs 1, which is, I call legs 1 because these are like squats and stuff, that works your quads and glutes. When you work legs 2, this is your hamstrings and your calves. I lump those together. I like to. And to get an anime physique, all you have to do is exercises that cover all of these categories. That's about it. And you cover every muscle group. And if you do calisthenics like I do, you even cover the core without touching the core. It's great. Now, if you don't know any exercises that fall into these categories, I'll give you some basic movements. Vertical pulling looks like this. Horizontal pulling looks like this. Vertical pushing looks like this. Horizontal pushing, it's this. Legs, think of a squat. Other legs, think of a deadlift. All of that. Now, even if you find that too complex, as long as you know the categories, vertical pulling, horizontal pulling, vertical pushing, horizontal pushing, legs 1, legs 2, which I should give these names, squats and hinges. We'll call them squats and hinges. You can just either A, Google what exercises follow this movement pattern, or B, find a program with those exercises, or C, get a coach who will teach you those exercises. I like C because you actually get to interact with somebody and they get to tell you if you're doing it right. Now, I'm no Google, but I do have a program and I am a coach. So if you want the simplest and easiest way to get an anime physique, you can sign up for the Protagonist Academy. I'll put a link in the description for that. Now, the second part of exercising and why people think that why they're overcomplicating it is because they're not doing it hard enough. Some people, I see them exercise like, I exercise every day. I'm trying to get this physique, but I can't. And I see them like, okay, show me your reps. And they do bicep curls. They do like 5 of these, put them down. I don't understand why I'm not growing. Well, the reason why you're not growing is because you're not training to failure. So when you have the right exercises, when you train them, you have to train them until your muscle cannot move anymore. That is your muscle telling your body, okay, we have to adapt. We need to be bigger. We need to be stronger. And that's what makes them grow. And then there's the opposite end of the spectrum. People are doing exercises that are way too hard for them and thinking, I can't exercise, it's too hard. If you find an exercise too hard, first of all, if you're using weights, great, just lower the weights. If you're doing calisthenics, well, find a variation of that move that's a little easier. And if you don't know one, A, Google it, B, find a program, or C, come to me. I'll tell you. Honestly, that's literally it. Work every one of those muscles that fits the 6 categories, find the variation that works for you, and train them to failure. You do that forever, you develop your muscles. Now, there is a second proponent of getting an anime physique, right? So first part was all about exercise. The second one is all about fat loss. So building up the muscles, losing the fat. This is the recipe for anime physique. We're going to go into detail on this one. A lot of people complicate this part even more than they complicate the exercise, because you see it everywhere on YouTube. There are so many conflicting people talking about nutrition. Oh, go vegan, go carnivore, do this, do that, do paleo, do just fruit, do whatever Liver King's doing. But for 90%, 99% even, for 99% of you, you don't even have to track a calorie, you don't have to track a macro, you don't have to eat this or that. The only thing you need to do to simply lose fat, lose weight, is to follow these 3 simple rules. First one, eat food. And I'm not talking about Doritos, chocolates, candies, chips, cookies, and whatever. I'm talking about like real food that comes from the ground or walks on its legs. Legit. Just eat those. Eat plants, eat meat, eat whatever comes out of a chicken. For those who are originally on some processed food diet, if they just eat whole foods, they will lose weight just naturally. They will naturally eat less, they will naturally consume less calories, they'll naturally feel better, and they'll naturally lose fat. Now that's just the first level. The second level is prioritizing the animal foods. Screw you vegans, I can't help you. Animal foods, they are very nutrient dense. They're packed with something called protein. And protein is one of the building blocks of muscles. So getting enough protein, which should be about 150 grams for most people and their body weight goals. If you just get 150 grams somehow, then you're gonna have enough. You're gonna be fine. All right, cool. Already we've simplified it enough where you eat whole foods, you eat enough protein to get at least 150 grams. There's one more step, and that is finally, if you want to get the real results, it is tracking your food. When you can track your food, you can control your weight, and you have a little bit more say on how much muscle you can gain, how much fat you can lose. But again, not everybody has to do this to look good. This is just for the people who really, really want to accelerate their progress. So if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to track your calories, eat 500 to 700 calories less than what you normally burn. If you don't know how many calories you're burning throughout the day, just use a fancy little calculator. I will link one in the description for you guys to use in case you don't know where to go. If you're trying to bulk, don't eat more than 250 calories over the calories you burn, otherwise you gain unnecessary fat. And if you're trying to stay the same weight, guess what? You eat the same number of calories as you burn. Oh wow, that's it. We did it. That's anime physique. There's nothing else to it. So to summarize, just to show you how simple it really is, here's what you do. Pick exercises that cover all of the basics, all of the 6 movement patterns, train them until your muscles can't do it anymore, and pick the variations that suit you and your strength level. If something is too heavy, go lighter. If something is too light and too easy, go heavier. That's all exercising is. Cover all your muscles and do it right. Next is the food. Eat whole foods, get 150 grams of protein at least, and then track your calories. Eat less calories than you burn if you want to lose fat. Eat more calories than you burn to gain weight. Or if you don't want to gain or lose weight, eat the same. I hope this is simple to you guys because it's simple to me. If it's not simple to you guys, you're going to be like, oh, it wasn't simple at all. This was so complicated. But it really is. Again, it's just move your body and eat right. That's how you get an anime physique. This is high level, bare bones simplicity. If you want me to go into more detail on how you can develop an anime physique and an aesthetic upper body, check out this video right over here.